So LCX, been a while since we talked about LCX, has it not? Well, this comes straight from the Liechtenstein exchange. What is the environmental impact of timers? Now you're like, oh no, I talk about timers again. Well, there's some educational things, and it's been a recent. Monty Metzger posted this yesterday. I think it's worth looking into. So he says some things here, right? We know he's the CEO and founder of LCS. He asked Stephen Gardner, head of Timons, to shed light on this. Let's shed some light. All right. I'm going to go ahead and play this, and then we'll jump into a little bit more, including a new token sale on the Liechtenstein exchange that you may want to pay attention to. Yes, there's other tokens, but this one you might want to look a little bit more into. Smash that like. Here we go.
Kajal, can you elaborate on the environmental impacts of diamonds compared to traditional diamond mining and traditional practices? How do NFTs contribute to sustainability in the diamond industry? Stephen, what's your thoughts on this?
But again, I think first of all, we are sourcing natural diamonds. So yes, they are mines, but at the same time, there's only one, one journey they are doing. From our purchase to the vault is only one journey, and they will stay there for a long time. So they won't need, those diamonds won't need to travel to another owner or to be set into a jewelry piece, because they are really aimed to be an investment diamond that will stay in that vault. And it's only the ownership certificate and the GIE certificate that will be sent from one user to the other. So yes, we are, I would say, more environmental than traditional diamond business.
Yeah, so I would summarize what are the sustainability impacts or the environmental impacts of the Diamonds project. I think we're still looking at the diamonds itself, where does it come from, tracing it back and everything. So that's very similar to like buying any diamond. But the difference comes in all the future trades, because as Stephen said, we put it in the vault. Once it's there, it can be traded all over the world without moving the physical goods. So all the logistical costs are gone, and also it's safe for the purchaser, because you don't have to worry about the custody of it. It's insured, put in the vault, pretty good.
All right, we're going to show you guys now something more in regards to LCX. Glad to get that breakdown about it, right? You know, especially when it comes to, you know, LCX and so on. I mean, it's one thing to see it on a description on a particular page, but to actually see a visual breakdown is pretty nice. So let me jump into a little bit more about this. So this also comes from the actual official LCX Twitter, and it is in regards to what you see here. So here it is, and it's referred to as the Gauss ecosystem, and it's basically built on the Gauss 1.0 blockchain. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. I don't know. It states, which is an EVM compatible permission blockchain. Lots of talk about EVM compatible, right? ZK EVM, Polygon, you understand that, like, you know, it's a big thing. It is a big thing, right? In regards to all sorts of different blockchain projects and so on, right? So it's a permission blockchain. The Gauss ecosystem will use open source building blocks for Gauss 1.0 and continue to adopt and create more in the future. Let's discuss what Gauss Gang basically is. It's, you know, the Gang token. The sale is live on the Liechtenstein exchange. So you may be wondering, like, you know, can you explain a little bit more about this? Absolutely, I can. And here it basically is. Okay, so the Gauss Gang ecosystem, and by the way, here's their Twitter. All right, it says a safe ecosystem for brands to build and strengthen their community authentically through digital rewards. You may hear some fireworks in the background. You know, it's 4th of July. It offers digital rewards and loyalty programs with cost-effective benefits to unite fragmented audiences into a vibrant community. I mean, who doesn't want a community when it comes to your crypto assets? With the Gauss ecosystem, brands can immerse themselves in a world of trust and security. Again, guys, this was posted yesterday, so this is a brand new token on the LCX exchange. The curated layer 1 blockchain is fraud-free, permission, and subject to regular security audits. I mean, all this stuff is good stuff. The Gauss blockchain scales effortlessly. That's great. With a network designed to evolve with the brand's evolving needs. The blockchain can effortlessly handle millions of transactions per second. Now, this right here is pretty bold of a statement, is it not? Effortlessly handle millions of transactions per second? That's incredible. It's just unbelievable. All right, the Gauss mission is to maintain a secure and thriving ecosystem. This can be seamlessly achieved by creating their own blockchain rather than launching as a layer 2 on an existing chain. I mean, I get it, guys. There's lots of other tokens that are listed on the Liechtenstein exchange, right? But this one, I think, is definitely worth pointing out, and I'm glad that they're drawing our attention to this. So, as we get further into it, it says the curated layer 1 blockchain enables brands to carve their own unique narrative with the option of personalized tokens that echo the brand's, voice. This makes sense of why it's on the Liechtenstein exchange, LCX, because we know that with LCX, you have many different projects, that are tokenizing themselves. When we talk about physical and digital assets being tokenized, LCX is the perfect platform to do just that. Their official token is called Gang. Like some of you guys joke around on our live show, you're like gang, right? Which functions as a digital currency within the Gauss ecosystem and offers a variety of use cases that will assist users in activities related to the Gauss ecosystem. The Gang token sale is live on LCX. And of course, you could go to this link to participate in the token sale. I'm going to bring it guys to this site for a brief moment. And as we go there, you're going to see this. And of course, you got to make sure that you have an account there and so on. And then from there, you can view all this stuff, right? It doesn't take too long. I'll show you this right here. See? So if you're interested, take a look into it. I'm going to jump back to what we have. And here it is. And I like this because, some of you guys are asking these basic questions, right? All right, so everybody, for the most part, is going to ask this question, and that is, what is the difference between them and other blockchains out there? Very, very good question. Why even, do a video about this, Max, right? I would agree, right? Here's the difference, the big difference between them and the rest, all right? Here we go.
The big difference between Gauss and all the other blockchains is that every token project coming into the ecosystem will be going through a vetting process. In this way, we can drastically reduce the amount of scams that are happening within the crypto while creating a safer environment for brands, creators, and projects to interact with their audience. All future dApps, projects, and partners coming into Gauss will be able to have their own corner of Gauss in here. The big difference between Gauss and all the other blockchains is that every token...
All right, so they're called Gauss. I like calling it Gauss, like the Gauss, See Liechtenstein exchange. Anyway, Gauss. All right, I'll try to remember that. So with that also said, there's a tad bit more. I know you're like, what the heck? But, this is good stuff. So we have, for instance, Mr. Monty Metzger, and he is here. Let me just double check my settings. I'm good. He is here. And he's also with this guy, Gary Paul Jr., who is the CEO and co-founder over at Gauss. So be part of Gauss Gang ecosystem by participating, like we mentioned, in that Gang token sale, which, of course, we showed you the link to that earlier. You just go on lcx.com and look at it for yourself, right? This is 2 minutes and 32 seconds. Let's hear about this perspective from the two, okay? Here we go.
And now when I look at your platform, it's gaussgang.com. Just get it in the stream as well. And now let's have a look at and describe. I think you talked about where you started a little bit, but give us a more insights about the vision. So when we now look at Gauss Gang, what can we expect? What's the overall vision? Where will you stand in the coming years?
Yeah, I talk a lot about where we'll be in 5 and 10 and 20 years, because that's really what we're building toward. We're, skating to where the puck will be, not where it is right now. The future I see is one where we have a large myriad of virtual interconnected microeconomies, right? That'll be a lot of games, virtual environments, but also brands and altering the way that they engage with their consumers and audiences. If you imagine something like the Pepsi coin in 5-10 years existing on a blockchain, how that could change their marketing, their relationships with other platforms. That's part of it. We also have some, in my opinion, forward-thinking views on the future of metaverses. And I know that topic that, it sounds very buzzy at this point, but I've been dreaming about metaverses my entire life, since the 80s and 90s. Those cyberpunk worlds and everything when I was playing games and role-playing games, especially Shadowrun and the like. Just a virtual environment where you could exist and explore, parallel to the world that we're in now. So there's some things in that front that I'd also like to build toward, some fundamental pillars that I think that need to exist that I don't see much work being done on yet. Yeah, that's, some of what we're looking to do in the next, 5 years and beyond.
Okay, so nice to see the scope of what they're looking to accomplish. This is obviously a brand new token. We'll continue to follow it. I think the last time we covered an actual token other than LCX that was on the Liechtenstein exchange was VOX. So look more into the gang token if you choose to do so. I'm not personally invested into it, but nonetheless, hey, it's new LCX news. Glad to bring it to you guys and so on. If you are going to get into the gang token, or you already feel as though like this is the thing for you, please drop in the comments why you feel as though it's awesome, where you see it going and so on. Love to hear back from you guys in regards to that feedback. We'll try to obviously bring you guys more updates, see how it goes and so on.